For the past few months, excitement has been growing about a potential Rebel 1100 touring option for 2023 model year after documents got leaked showing a confirmed Rebel 1100T. Well, all that excitement has come to a head today because less than an hour ago, Honda officially announced the 2023 Rebel 1100T, or as they say on their website, the Bagger. So as your official YouTube source of Rebel 1100 information, I figured I would hop on here and give you all of the details, all the facts about the new 2023 Rebel 1100 touring model, as well as some new updates for 2023, including pricing and colors. Well, welcome back to Life of Birch. I'm Birch, your resident Rebel 1100 expert or something like that, and we're just going to jump straight into it with the easy stuff, the new colors and pricing. All right, so under the cruiser tab of the official Honda website here, you can see the Rebel 1100, and here's a dead giveaway for one of the new colors. But first things first, you can see base MSRP is $9,499, so that's a $100 increase over last year. We'll click Explore to check it out, and you can see the second color right here. So the first new color they are calling Iridium Gray Metallic, and the second color they're calling Green Metallic. That's kind of boring. The first one is all cool, Iridium Gray Metallic, and the second one is just Green Metallic. And you can also see that because they only offer these two colors, they have done away with the brown color that they had, the black, and the Bordeaux red. So then we'll come down here to trims, and you'll see the automatic DCT option. It comes in the same exact colors, just the green and the gray, and once again, it's exactly a $100 price increase over last year, bringing us to just over $10,000. So for the Rebel 1100 manual and the base model Rebel 1100 DCT, not a whole lot exciting going on, just two new colors and a $100 price increase. But then we go back to the cruiser page, and this is where it gets exciting, the Rebel 1100T DCT. Now there's a couple of things that I noticed right off the bat, and the first thing is that the Rebel 1100T is only available in DCT. So that's a bit interesting. I was kind of hoping that the touring model would come in manual also, but you only have the DCT option. And the other thing that I noticed is it's very, very interesting. I'll use the word interesting. The fact that the touring model is available in only different colors than the base models. And those colors happen to be the colors that were available in 2021 and 2022. So the new touring model is only available in the metallic black and the Bordeaux red metallic. If I had to guess, and I'm not an expert, but it just seems kind of obvious, they've been working on getting this touring model together for quite some time, but with production delays and everything like that, they weren't able to get it done as soon as they had hoped. So all the parts are already made in the old colors, and they didn't have time or resources to switch to the new green and gray colors. So they said, you know what, we'll just make the touring model a different color than the other ones. And that's, I don't know, it's a little bit weird because if you're excited for the 2023 model and you're excited for the gray color or the green color, and then you find out about the touring and you get super excited, and then you find out, oh wait, I can only get it in the old colors even though it's a new model. Kind of interesting. All right, now before we dig into what exactly the touring model entails, let's talk about what people were expecting. And I'll only take a second with this, but I think it's kind of important to include. So when those documents leaked showing that there was in fact going to be a Rebel 1100T, part of what got leaked, I believe it was from a California carb thing where they had to show all the specs of the bike, and the only things that changed were that the bike was 33 pounds heavier than before and 2.6 inches taller than before. Now everybody saw that 33 pound increase and they got super excited hoping for a bigger tank, since you really only get like 160, 170 miles per tank on a Rebel 1100. On top of hoping for a bigger gas capacity, lots of people were saying, oh well, hopefully they'll include forward controls. Honda doesn't make forward controls for the 1100, they're only available aftermarket, so everyone was like, hopefully there will be forward controls from Honda. We just want forward controls and a bigger gas tank. That's our touring model. We're good to go. Unfortunately, we got neither of those things, and the only difference between the regular DCT and the touring model is going to be hard lockable saddlebags and a bigger, different batwing fairing. Honestly, not that exciting in my personal opinion, but it's, I don't know. It looks good, but it's not as exciting as I was hoping for. As you can see here, it comes with a new batwing fairing that's a bit bigger, covers the hands all the way, so I really like that. It's almost reminiscent of the new Lowrider ST fairing in my opinion, and it's also interesting because it's big enough that it now needs the turn signal relocation down to the bottom there, similar to lots of the aftermarket units from people like Memphis Shades, whereas before the Honda Batwing was so small that you could still keep the turn signals in the same location up top. And then we come back here and you can see the new hard bags. Honestly, I really like them. They follow the lines of the bike well, seem to have a decent amount of storage. The one thing that I don't like about them, well, there's a few things that I don't like about them, but the first thing is that you can see this brace that needs to come across the back wheel there. I'm sure that that's there for a functional purpose to make sure that the bags can hold as much weight as possible, but it's already enough of a pain in the ass to get this back wheel off because you have to take off the full like license plate setup, and you got to take off the freaking caliper and everything just to get the back wheel off. And now in addition to all of that, you got to take off this bracket and get everything out of the way, and I'm sure it doesn't add that much time, but it's just a bit annoying and kind of an eyesore, honestly. Oh, and I'm noticing that once again the bags are not even. That would not be great for my OCD, and I understand that it's hard to make the bags even because of this freaking briefcase exhaust here, but if you're going with hard bags, it's just, I don't know. I would hope that either the exhaust would be different and allow for two of the bigger bags, or they would sacrifice a bit of space in the bags to make them actually like even, you know? From the back it just looks kind of off kilter, so not a big fan of that. Now, speaking of the exhaust, everyone knows that this exhaust is a bit unsightly, and one of the first things you want to do for looks and performance is to swap out to an aftermarket exhaust. The issue that lots of people have though is that with the angle of how the headers come out and this pipe right here, most of the decent options for aftermarket pipes come up at an angle, making it hard to use bags unless they're smaller, like the Thrash and Supply bags that I have on mine. The issue is that with these hard bags, they're a lot closer to the stock exhaust than the Honda soft bags were, so I'm a bit worried that even the aftermarket exhausts that were built to work with the previous soft bags from Honda will now not work as well or at all with the hard bags, because these come down so far, it almost looks like it comes over the exhaust a bit, and I feel like lots of the aftermarket options are just going to end up melting these bags, or I don't know. Just doesn't seem like a great situation. And the other thing that I noticed is that you can see here the exhaust bracket slash foot peg bracket is actually totally different than the base model, and it has these extra things right here that are for the bracket of the saddlebag. It makes me wonder how extensive this bracket is behind the saddlebags, the fact that it has to come all the way up here and use a totally different bracket, which also means that if you have a 21 or 22 model and you want to use these to be backwards compatible, you will have to find a way to order new foot peg brackets, which makes me also wonder if it's a totally different passenger seat kit for this model versus the old ones. And then also back to talking about the windscreen, somewhere in the overview I saw, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so right here, so it says, want even more protection? Check out our larger accessory windscreen. So it sounds like if you want something more than just this small top windscreen, it'll be able to be switched out for something taller. However, it's not in any of the pictures, and I can't find it on the Honda accessories page yet, so no saying for sure how much taller it is. So yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote. That's all you get out of the touring model of the 2023 Rebel 1100. The key points are it's only available in DCT, it's only available in the old colors, and all you get out of it is hard locking saddlebags and a new fairing that potentially also has a taller windscreen option for it. And all of that is going to cost you $1,200. The Rebel 1100T comes in at $11,299, which is $1,200 more than the base model. So I guess you really got to ask yourself, is that fairing and hard bags and old colors worth a $1,200 price increase? And in my eyes, it's definitely not. And the reason I say that is because it's super easy to just add a windscreen and saddlebags yourself, and it's going to come in way under $1,200. You can get the even bigger Memphis Shades batwing fairing, and not only is the Memphis Shades batwing bigger and more protective than the Honda one that we're seeing here, but it also has their trigger lock technology, which is super easy to swap out that batwing for a smaller windshield or a smaller fairing while you're riding around town and not on longer trips. So that's only, we'll even round it up and say that costs $600 all in. You spend $600 on the Memphis Shades fairing, and you still have $600 left over for hard saddlebags to make your own Rebel 1100T. And you're having a bike that you built to exactly how you want it, bags that you want, windshield that you want that you can swap out, and it's not going to look like everybody else's 1100T. That's just my personal opinion. But with that said, it does feel like a step in the right direction to me. Honda's obviously listening to the consumer and seeing that baggers are the new cool thing, the same way Harley realized that and they came out with things like the Lowrider ST, really just making it so that you can get a cool bagger off the showroom floor without having to do any work yourself. So if that's you, this is perfect for you. Have a super fun, nimble, light, just fun, reliable bagger, So it's a step in the right direction, but for me, I was hoping to see a bit more out of it. I was hoping for forward controls, maybe a more comfortable seat, bigger gas tank, maybe the heated grips come on its stock. I gotta be honest, seeing that it's just hard saddlebags and a different windscreen and they're charging $1,200 for it is a bit underwhelming and disappointing, but it is a cool bike. So there you have it, the facts and my unsolicited opinion. Just to wrap things up and kind of all encompassing, the only differences are the base models have both increased $100 each. There's two new colors, green metallic and the gray metallic color. Unless you're going with the new touring model, which is only available in the old black and red colors, but does come with hard bags from the factory and a bigger windscreen from the factory. And it's only available in DCT, and it's all a $1,200 price increase over the base DCT price. So what do you guys think? Leave your comments below, letting me know your thoughts of the new touring model. I know everybody was very excited about it, and I feel like sometimes that anticipation can either make us more disappointed or more excited once we find out what it actually is. So let me know which side of the fence you land on. Is it better than you were hoping for? Is it worse than you were hoping for? What would you have liked to see them done? Overall, I'm a bit underwhelmed, but it does look super cool. And that's all I got for you. This is Birch and Rodrigo signing out from the Minimoto Garage, aka my living room. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the Patreon members. I couldn't be doing any of this without you. Love you guys. Peace.